Hi. Recently, I saw a post on the r/mechanical keyboard subreddit filed under interest check for a potential class action lawsuit against Kono. I'm not sure how serious this effort is in getting it done, and it doesn't seem to have a form link to collect information or a list of willing participants, but if it isn't 100% clear already, please do not buy anything from Kono. If you have, I would contact your bank to see if you can still get a chargeback as soon as possible, as this vendor is no longer active. Their site is still up and running, so it gives the illusion that they're a functioning vendor, but I assure you that if you spend any money on their store, that money will be gone and you will not get anything back. I've been pretty lucky in that all my group buy orders from Kono were fulfilled a long time ago, though it does appear that there are open group buy items that have not shipped to customers. They've been completely silent for some time now, so hopefully people are aware of the status, but wanted to remind folks again, just in case, due to their store site still being up. Anyways, without further ado, KKB Buff Bride is a set inspired by Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. The name of the set comes from a specific scene in the game, and you can see the inspiration based on the color palette of the base kit. Other than that though, the Novelties kit and Accent kit seems to be quite Final Fantasy focused, and are quite the nice touch if you would like to add a splash of color or customization to your set. For folks who are from the UK, you will be getting a free UK ISO add-on kit, courtesy of Prototypist, who've been doing this for quite a few sets I've seen of late. It's a great way to make sure that their customers have the keys they need, while keeping it out of the main base kit or having a totally separate kit in the group buy, since most people probably don't use them. There is also a Metal Artisan that will be offered, which I think looks pretty nice, though probably not a must buy in my opinion, since I really do like some of the icons in the Novelties kit. Overall, I think it's a pretty cool set with a decently sized base kit and nicely designed novelties. If you're a fan of Final Fantasy VII, I think that this is a set you should definitely check out. Captain Sterling has designed quite a few sets that we featured in this section, and he's back again with another set, DCX Dragon Darts. If you're a fan of Pokemon and have been keeping up with the latest generations, you can probably tell that this is a set inspired by the Pokemon Dragapult. The colors chosen also really drive home the theme, and look quite good with the lighter blue alphas, dark blue modifiers, and the red color being used as an accent. There will be only 2 kits available, a base kit and a novelties kit, so it's quite the simple group buy. The base kit is very extensive and includes a lot of the different keys that should cover most layouts. It does appear to be missing language specific keys, so unfortunately, if you require them, this probably isn't the set for you. The novelty designs are also on brand and provide a bit of customization if you want to add on to your base kit. The one thing that I'm very curious about is whether Captain Sterling or Drop went to Nintendo for some form of licensing. Nintendo tends to be very protective of their IPs and have not been afraid to use their lawyers to shut down projects that they don't approve of. Of course, I'm not hoping that anything like that happens to this project, and I'm wishing for its success, but it's just something on the back of my mind. If you're a big fan of Pokemon, or specifically someone who likes the Pokemon Dragapult, this is the set for you. The Reverie is a new project from Cannon Keys in collaboration with the designer James from Alchemist Keyboards. It's a dreamy keyboard that features quite the simple case design and side profile, but features an amazing bottom weight and a cool inner weight. You can definitely see that it's an Alchemist Keyboards design, as it features the 2-port USB hub that we've seen in some of the more recent releases, such as Petrichor and Caradroia, a project that has already ran and in production, and another one that is hopefully coming soon. I've been keeping my eyes on this keyboard for quite some time, and I'm really excited that it's coming out soon. I wouldn't say that it's the most unique keyboard that I've seen, but it is a well executed design with clean lines, though with a bit of flair that give it character. There will be 2 special edition colors of the board, Nightcap and Aurora, both costing more than the standard edition colors at $365 and $400 respectively. Even though Aurora is a more expensive exclusive colorway, I think that Nightcap looks better and the brass weight also executes the theme better. These 2 versions feature better weight materials and processing, which is why they come at a higher cost. Nightcap will be available at all worldwide proxies, while Aurora will be a Cannon Keys exclusive with only 25 units available. Personally, I think James did a great job with the different colorways, and you can't go wrong with any of them. I do kinda wish that the inverted dusk theme that was shown off in the interest check was available, because I plan to pair this keyboard with my set of GMK Stargaze, and the blue would fit better. However, as long as the orange color they use is closer to gold or goldenrod, I think that it should pair okay, even though GMK Stargaze features a paler yellow. I know that this keyboard doesn't have all the special features compared to some of the more recent keyboards out there, but the design just speaks to me and I am very excited for it. If you want a dreamy keyboard that features a beautiful weight and nice clean lines, the Reverie keyboard is one you should definitely take a look at. The Dune 65 is a keyboard inspired by sand dunes, which is beautifully implemented with the side profile and the design on the inner weight and bottom weight. It features 2 mounting styles, leaf spring top mount and gasket mount, so you can choose whichever you prefer. There will be solder and hot swap PCBs available, which is actually kinda rare nowadays as many keyboard kits don't even offer solder PCBs as an option, and both will be QMK and VIA compatible. If this was a couple years ago, a keyboard like this featuring a solid brass weight probably would have run you maybe at least $450 or more, which is why I was quite surprised to see that this keyboard is retailing for $350. Now, don't get me wrong, $350 is still quite a bit of money, but personally, I think that it's well worth it for what you are getting in the custom keyboard hobby. Yes, there are way cheaper boards out there from QWERTY Keys that provide similar performance, and if that's all you care about, this is not the keyboard for you. However, if you're looking for something with more flair or a keyboard that's also a piece of art, the Dune 65 is more suited for that role. It's a gorgeous looking keyboard, and one that I think would make a great addition to any keyboard collection. I've talked about the Kyubi before in the past, so I don't plan on rehashing everything I said there, but there have been updates since, and I did find some new things that I would like to share. It's a keyboard package that includes a tinted Alice, a 75% keyboard, a numpad, and 5 types of switches with 100 units each at a price of $260, which just feels like something too good to be true. It was met with a lot of skepticism when it was first announced, and rightfully so, as there have been a lot of scams in the hobby. This keyboard set has been sent to big members in the hobby such as Alex Hodos, Black Simon, and Gion, and reportedly, the group buy in China was completed. Nland Keys has been working hard to try to overcome the initial reaction towards the announcement, and looking at the Discord, it looks like it's been working for the most part. That being said, I did find this post on ZFrontier where apparently someone who joined the China group buy has not received their keyboard yet and have not been able to get a response from the group buy runner. Based on a rough translation, there have been delays due to reported issues and folks have not been able to get their refunds. There are screenshots attached to the post to act as proof, though I am unable to confirm any of this as I was not part of the China group buy, and I'm not in whatever group they're using to manage it. I looked back on the Discord since I remember Eregs mentioning that folks in China were already receiving the 75% keyboards and attached some pictures. I tried using Google Lens to reverse image search and got no results, which could make sense if the picture was being shared in the group that they're using for the China group buy, since that might not be posted online. However, when I looked closer at the newspaper that the keyboard was placed on in those pictures, I saw that it was talking about orchids for some reason, and searching up the sentences, it matched the wording on the Orchid's Fandom Wiki page. I mean, technically, it is possible that a newspaper used the exact same sentences as the Wiki page, but I find that highly suspect, and I think that this is probably a render rather than an actual picture. Considering the context of the message, it would be reasonable to assume that the images attached are customer images, but the fact that these appear to be renders feel pretty dishonest. It's up to you to determine how you feel about what I found. To some, maybe this is no big deal and you're still planning on joining the group buy, but to others, maybe this is at least a yellow flag and a sign to be cautious. Either way, I do hope that you do your own research so that you can be informed in whatever you decide to do. For me, based on what I found, I'm going to be honest and I'm not very comfortable with joining the group buy. Just because you send a keyboard to reviewers does not mean that you will actually be able to deliver on the product. If you would like a reminder, just look at the Rukia R2, which was sent to large creators like Teha Types and MTNU, but then when it came to the actual customer boards, Jack Static never actually delivered and has now dropped off the face of this earth. The China group buy could have served as reassurance since it would show that the product could be delivered, but I have not seen actual customer pictures of the keyboards, and although it can't be confirmed, the post on ZFrontier gives the impression that the project is being impacted by delays. Now, this project is being run with international vendors, so you could in theory go with one of the larger and more reputable vendors like Gion Works if you would like some more protection. It's not a guarantee that you'll get your board, but a reputable vendor can provide an extra layer of protection rather than buying directly from Nland Keys. You may have seen a comment on my most recent video interacting with Erics from Nland Keys where I seemed quite positive. However, this was before I discovered everything I just found, so do not take that as me endorsing the group buy. I'll leave the comment up since I want to be accountable, and I think removing it would be super sus. If Nland Keys would like to provide some clarification as to what's going on, I would very much welcome it. I would still like to see this project succeed, assuming that it's real, because if true, this is an insane package that offers great value. but based on all that I found so far, I would not recommend joining this group buy.